Would you like to see the alignments and the aspects we're talking about this week? Well, check out the weekly overview on the funastrology.com YouTube channel. A picture really is worth 1,000 words. Welcome in. Tuesday, August 27th on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, thanks so much for joining us here. Really appreciate it. Do you wake up in the morning feeling like you really want to get some stuff done right now? Have you been on a little energy kick? Or maybe wanting to just get either a new project started, or you want to organize the chaos of your life somewhat? Or if your life is organized fairly well, you want to take a look at the chaos around you and get it straightened out. Well, that makes sense because right before sunrise, every day right now, we have Leo just before sunrise. There's that new initiative, kind of, boy, you really want to get something done or started. And then the sun, when it comes up, is in Virgo, still in the early degrees. Today it's at 4 degrees. So that's a double Virgo right now. And that means that we do want to lock onto structure. We want to bring some orderliness to the chaos. That just totally makes sense where the sun is right now, and we're probably feeling some of that energy. There was another aspect today, mentioned it just briefly yesterday, but didn't get back to it. Venus this morning already trined Uranus. That happened at 3:23 this morning Eastern, but it's not only just those two, it's part of a beautiful kite formation. In fact, you want something positive in the chart today? Let me give you a couple of things. First of all, this kite, so what that is, you have to think of a good old-fashioned diamond-shaped kite like Dick Van Dyke and Julie Andrews flew in Mary Poppins. It's one of those. Not a box kite, not some other kind of kite. It's a diamond-shaped kite. And at the top of the diamond-shaped kite is Neptune. At the bottom is Venus. And off to the left side of our diamond-shaped kite, as you're holding your kite string there looking up at the kite, on the left side is Uranus. There's that trine today with Venus at the bottom of the kite and Uranus on the left side. And then over on the right side is Pluto. So this kite is constructed basically of one trigger planet, that being the faster-moving Venus, and 3 stalwarts. Pluto, the slowest mover in the sky, Neptune, the second slowest, and Uranus, the jack-in-the-box, surprise, boing, which tends to also affect the characteristics of the sign that it's in, which are the last degrees of Taurus, Neptune in the last degrees of Pisces, and Pluto just about to move into the last degree of Capricorn. You can hear the other theme of this kite, right, is endings and completions in these respective signs. In fact, to Uranus's money in Taurus, I would also add security in Taurus. Not the Cancer kind of security. That's home type, like you can always go back home, presuming you had that kind of a home that you'd want to go back to. The contrast to Taurus, that kind of security, is just the groundedness of the presence of being stable and solid. So we have to think about, will Pluto shake things up when it goes back into Capricorn? What is Neptune doing to expose the truth? My goodness, it's coming out everywhere. Uranus, well, I don't think it's quite shown its hand yet, but it is getting ready, as we mentioned yesterday, to go into retrograde. But all of that is positively tied to Venus, wrapping up its last degrees, there we go again, in Virgo. Not its favorite sign, but boy, does it have its home set in sights because it moves in there, as we also said yesterday, early Thursday morning. So I'm just not so sure that with this kite that we couldn't see some kind of hand from one of these 4 characteristics. Mercury, Mars, the Moon, those are really bigger trigger planets, but Venus can trigger. It can definitely get in there and shake something up. But these are positive aspects. The only challenging one is the structure itself of the kite, that crossbeam that goes from the top to the bottom, and that's Venus and Neptune. I think that would be related back to the secrets right now. That is like, if you're hiding something, watch out. But in any of those areas, either collectively or individually, something might show up triggering one of those. Pluto, the very work of transformation itself. Something has to go into the cocoon in order to become a butterfly. Neptune, lies and deceptions on one side, spiritual connection on the other. Uranus, that music within you, the hidden genius, that which has not yet come out of you, that wants to. For those of you interested in astrology, this could be a really good time to take a big step toward it in some kind of way. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention again, like I did yesterday, we have a 101 course if you're very new and want to learn how to speak it, or maybe you want to really step up and study that horary course that Robert and I did. Both are on the website. And Venus, leaving Virgo in the next couple of days, buttoning up things around our health, our mental health, our physical health, our tidiness, our financial structure, and that's everything. I mean, that's from how much inflow versus outflow do you have? Does something need to change there? Or do your financial affairs overall need to change in some kind of way? Do you need to start an LLC or a corporation? Do you need to start moving things around? See, this is the kind of initiation that we're talking about. Now, there's one other really cool aspect with this, and that is involving our Gemini planets that we talked about yesterday. Jupiter, the Moon, and Mars is at the top of, well, the top part of the kite of its own. It doesn't have the bottom part. So just up there at the top, that little wide triangle at the top from the crossbeams, Jupiter, the Moon, and Mars at the top. Mercury and Chiron are the crossbeam. Mercury on the left, Chiron on the right. This is all in the video on the YouTube channel that came out Sunday night if you'd like to see all of this. So we just mentioned some really good favorable aspects, and that's the theme of this week. And isn't that in a wonderful contrast to all of those squares and oppositions we had last week? You can just breathe some of the air. In other words, it's all kind of working together for good right now, much more so than for challenge. I'll leave you with that. What a great way to think about the rest of the week. Have a great one. I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.